Hey folks, this is Vagrant. Welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition and our exploration of the Emerald Graves, or whatever the heck it is called. We've done a little bit of the southern section now. We've done most of this section over here. We went into the cave, into the mine, and now we're going into the Freeman Villa with their lovely griffiny, hippogriffy, well, griffiny, not hippogriffy, griffiny kind of things. Let's have a little look around. This is very nice, considering it's run by bandits. It's very pretty. Deal with Commander Duhaim. Are you Duhaim? You're not Duhaim, but you're a sniper, which means you have to die before everyone else anyway. Stop it. You sniper over there. All the snipers must die. You're all bloody snipers. It's like playing Call of Duty all over again. Right, come here, you. There's a lot of dudes. Too many dudes. And you won't hear me say that very often, but it's true in this circumstance. Did you hear? Sister Cousteau has fallen. I'm surprised it took so long. She was soft, like a lemon. Unfortunately, we also lost the rats we were going to send to Suladen. We have to make sure this doesn't happen again. I see you, snipe boy. I don't see you up there. Come here. They make me so paranoid. Also, that person is huge. Is that the captain? That's gotta be the captain, right? He's an absolute tank. My god. I'm gonna stay up here where it's safe. Oh, he's large. Alright. If you don't use your ultimate, well, what's the point of it, right? I'm terrible for that. I will save my skills and I'll save my resources over and oh, that's my caltrops. I will save my resources over and over and over again. Even Mafareth the Betrayer had a part to play. Who we to say the elves do not. Yeah, I have a tendency to save everything. So I'm trying to, if I see a big spooky enemy and I've got my ult, especially when it's level 3, because then you can't build it up anymore, right? It's not, you're not like hoarding any. Ooh, masterwork grip. You're not like hoarding any resources. Resources. That's research. That's research and resources. Resources. Duheim's notes. Every time I hear Duheim, I just think Rammstein songs. August has made progress in the Exalted Plains. We are together in this, but Maker's breath, how that irks me. That weapon, or whatever secret is hidden in those glyphs, is mine by rights. Maleficent trusts me the most. Bah, you won't have it. Not while I live. Yeah, but you're dead, so it's gonna be longer, isn't it? Oh, it's by Varric. Harden Hightown, Chapter 9. Okay, as per usual, with this, I think we might. I'm just gonna cut that for now. I don't know how many of the books we have, but I like the idea of us kind of reading Varric's novel towards the end of the playthrough. And I'll say that now, but I will inevitably entirely forget, but still. Villa... Oh, wait. That's fine. Let's go this way first. There's a campsite nearby is all. I don't want to go too far away from it, but we should be okay. Just nipping up here. Anyway. How is everyone doing today? Lovely jubbly? Lovely jubbly. I'm proper back into this game. I've got to say, again, I've recorded this on the same day. I think I've done 3 today, maybe. Something wild like that. Considering how much work I'm putting into the Best of Slot channel at the moment as well, it's kind of crazy. It is very nice. Much nicer than I would expect bandits to have. I suppose that's prejudice, really. Must be a better person. I didn't expect this to be its own separate little thing.
The Freeman's leader should be holed up here. This place has seen better days.
The real owners must have left for the Winter Palace.
Maybe I should have saved my ultimate. If we've got, like, the bandit leader still to go.
I haven't heard anything from the plane. Have you? No.
Right, I'm gonna let them chat. I just found a new weapon, so let me just have a little look. Glittering Darmalion. It's not bad. It might actually be better than what Blackwall's got. It does less DPS. It does so much less DPS. It's actually the same. It's equal, I think. In that the damage it does is the same. as in a flat damage number, right? I don't really like the AoE weapons though. I just think the range on them is too small. Hey guys. I am gonna see about making myself another dagger. And see if I can get more of this stabby on it. I don't know what it's called, but I'm pretty sure it's called stabby. Or something akin to that. Pages from Lord Morell's journal. Yep, sure. The journal of one of the villa's former owners. The current occupants tossed it aside. Well, that's not very nice. Artem is the very soul of discretion. I could have a Templar to dinner and they would be none of the wiser. If the Templars haven't gone off to do Maker knows what, I might try it. Valerie complains, but the Empress herself has such an advisor. Why not me? His services are useful, and no one could better ensure our security. No matter, the distractions to the city will ease her mind soon enough. Have a little poke around. Oh. Nope. Sniper! Sniper must die! Sniper must die! It's all I'm paying attention to now at the start of every single fight. Nothing else matters. Except dead snipers. I'm going to put that on my tombstone one day. After I get killed by a sniper. You! I didn't even see you, though. See, that is obviously where most of our damage... I don't know if it's where most of our damage comes from. I would say for the first 50% of an enemy's health. It's where most of our damage comes from. Alright, Dorian, calm down. And then as soon as I can do this, that's where my damage comes from, right? Marksman. See, that's why Dorian's getting smashed, because these guys are in the distance. Look at the amount of damage he's taking. He's taking 2 arrows and he has to heal. Literally 2 arrows and he has to heal. You just can't leave them alone. Come here, you. I seem to have pulled every single enemy in the building somehow. This is a lot of dudes. Oh, hey, Malefin. I didn't know you were here.
That seems to be the last.
Down he goes.
We've struck a blow against the free.
Which fight? Oh, that's rubbish.
From what we've heard, I'm not sorry to see him go.
Influence is getting there. Only a couple of thousand to go. We get the one that we were waiting for. Can't remember what it was, but it's what I wanted. Thank you. Oh no, it's happened again. It's happened again. That's my favourite bug. Because it's funny and it doesn't break your game. You can get rid of it. A letter bearing the Templar seal. Have a chat with Maleficent. Make sure everything... You just call him Elephant. Make sure everything's running smoothly. While there, see if any of his men might wish to volunteer their services in Embrid de Laon. We could always use a few more. Be discreet. Maleficent's still useful. I doubt he'd remain so if he thinks we're stealing his soldiers.
Templars. Why not?
Seems we interrupted their meeting with the Templars.
They weren't ready for us. Whatever they came for might still be here.
Crystal Grace, you're a little rarer. Let's have a little poke around then. What were the... Oh, well... I assume it's...
Something here. Let's look around.
That's what they're here for. Oh, it's this game. You're wrong. Look at it. It's incredible. Obviously, that's what they're here for. It's a coin.
Part of the key.
Oh, key
There's a rune
fragment.
inscribed on it, or part of one.
Okay, interesting. Maleficent, I just want to say elephant. I'm sending men to discuss some changes. Nothing dire. You'll find the demands perfectly reasonable. We're willing to compensate you for any inconvenience. I want our relationship to be mutually beneficial. Been going so well, each of us with our crusades.
I could do that.
Go on then, buddy. Whoa. Personal
Red
storeroom.
They must have been smuggling it for the Templars.
Maleficent's kept several journals. Malefont? I want to say Fant. I want to say font as in Oliphant. This one details the founding of the Freemen of the Dales. August and I have established outposts in the Emerald Graves. We are spreading the word to both armies. I'm sick of good Orlesian men and women dying for someone else's cause. It ends now. Orlais should belong to us, the people who defend her borders, who till her fields. If we're to fight and kill for something, let it be that. It's a fair point. Templars approached us. They're not the order I knew, but they have offered weapons and gold if we help bring their supplies through the Emerald Graves. If we are to free the Dales from the grasp of the nobility, we need what they have to offer. It's a deal with a demon, but our cause is worthwhile. So we get that's really tying in very nicely to what I talked about last time around about the greater good and... You got some bonkers. Is that a furnace? About the greater good and all that kind of jazz, you know? A note addressed to the villa's former owner lies next... I think this is a key forging device. Lord Morel, I posed a few questions to my contacts in the White Spire. Discreetly, of course, lest they want the piece for themselves. From what I can gather, the device, rustically dubbed Illyrium Eperlan, is meant to restore broken runes. They are not widely used. Some suggest that if the rune were affixed to an object, the device could restore the item itself, though I was unable to confirm the truth of this. This is purely academic, as it requires a mage to function. It is nevertheless a rare piece, prized amongst the collectors of curiosities. I trust you are pleased.
We need something more.
Interesting. It sounds like maybe what it does is let me safely take runes out of items or something. I'm not sure. Just do this so people who want to read can read. If I was on my own, would I read those? I'm not sure. I'd be more likely to read them. I'm not convinced I would. Ooh. 10% cooldown modifier. That's... Oh. Rogue or Mage? Chance on hit, taunt all enemies. Why would you not let me put that on a warrior? I don't want to put it on a Rogue or a Mage. I want to put it on a warrior. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Right, okay, well, we're making the key for that door. Alright, let's go have a little poke. Oh, right, it's on the map. Okay. I was going to say let's go explore, but let's go walk to the sections the game is explicitly telling me to go to. How's that for a plan? My golly, Vagrant, you're a genius. I know. This way. Go this way. Ooh. Back in a sec. There's number 2. Poke around here as well. Sexuality. Oh, alright, read this one. How long is it? I'm gonna read this one. I'm curious, okay? What I find most interesting is that, despite the lack of open discussion on matters of human sexuality, there is commonality to be found on the subject in all Andrastian lands. Typically, one's sexual habits are considered natural and separate from matters of procreation, and only among the nobility, where procreation involves issues of inheritance and the union of powerful families, is it considered of vital importance. Yet, even there, a noble who's done their duty to their family might be allowed to pursue their own sexual interests without raising eyebrows. The view on indulging lusts with a member of the same gender varies from land to land. In Orlais, it's considered a quirk or character and nothing more. In Ferelden, a matter of scandal if done indiscreetly, but otherwise nothing noteworthy. In Tevinter, selfish and deviant behaviour among nobles, but actively encouraged with favoured slaves. Nowhere is it forbidden, as sex of any kind is only considered worthy of judgment when taken to awful excess or performed in the public eye. Somehow, the world of Dragon Age is perhaps more forward-thinking than ours. Which is probably a damning indictment of our approach to sex. And that is really... Oh, go on then. Lady Morel's diary. All this fuss over Gaspar and Celine. The talk was amusing enough. Now we hear of conflicts between the Imperial Army and the soldiers supporting that usurper. The thought of them coming here is frightful. Mother is right. Our most fashionable acquaintances will summer in the city. We should do the same. If you summer anywhere, you're a posh person. Nobody else. If you say the word summer, if you summer as a verb, you're posh. Ramond is stubborn, of course. All his little tricks and trinkets are here. I indulge his eccentricities, mostly to annoy Mother, but we cannot have everything sent to Valrio on such short notice. He does insist we keep Artem on. He refuses to do without the man's services. I suppose he views Artem as another piece of his collection. Still, such devotion to a serpent. Okay, I suspect he was banging the help, basically, to put it in a very tactful sort of way. Given the the thing we just found that says that it's fine if you keep it out of the public eye and, you know, it's kind of promoted. You have your favourite servant and you sleep with them. Which, as far as I'm concerned, is basically assault, right? There's a iffy power dynamic at play there. And I say that as someone who has dealt with iffy power dynamics in the past myself. And that sounds very strange, but my ex-girlfriend was a fan of my YouTube channel. And as much as I may not put much stock in my YouTube channel, it does... That in itself is a slightly strange power dynamic. It just is. Maleficent's journals. I see Laurent's death in my mind all the time. The man who killed her, one of the usurper's soldiers, was familiar. I wouldn't be surprised if I once shared a drink with him. Isn't that how it is now? Brother against brother. The priests tell me to remember Laurent's life, not her death, so I try to recall years past, the countless times she saved me, the day we first met, when I was a young recruit who almost pissed himself at her barked orders. Because of her I learned discipline and control. She instilled in me pride in what we did. She taught me how to use a sword. More importantly, she taught me how to keep it sheathed. She was fearless, strong, regal, and she was cut down like a common peasant by someone we may have once known. Will anyone remember her? Will Celine? There was a new soldier in our battalion, Gordian. He's an odd fellow, of course he's called Gordian, with an accent I can't place, like he spent time in the marches. Doesn't matter in the end, he's been a comfort, listening to me talk about those who died. He also lost friends in Celine's war, and he's tired, like we all are. He said a very wise thing. There is no war without soldiers. The Empress can't wage her war if we refuse to fight. Orlais should belong to the old legions. I mean, he makes some valid points, considering I've killed him. Is it in here? Where the hell's this key fragment? I'm not picking up on anything for some reason. It just seems like they were made to fight in a war that none of them wanted to really fight in, and they got tired and they kind of tried to take control for themselves, you know? And see, you can kind of judge how they took control for themselves. They got into bed with the devil, essentially, and have caused myriad problems, funneling red lyrium and all this kind of jazz, and kind of essentially aiding with a terrible war effort. Maybe they weren't aware of all that, but that's neither here nor there. But like, let's say you're under a despot regime, you know, your Cuban Revolution or Spanish Revolution or French Revolution or myriad revolutions across time, the American Revolution, and you're under a regime you hate. You can't wrest control away from that regime without killing a lot of people. A lot of people have to die for like a mass-changing government like that. It's just inevitable. How can we judge people who feel they've been put in that situation where the only recompense, the only way out for them is that? You know, it's that or you live under subjugation. I don't know. Do I need to get... Yeah.
Perhaps it just needs the magical touch.
I think it does, buddy. Okay. The machine is much bigger than I thought it should be. Go pop this in over here. Better be something good in here, I tell you. I've got a magical mystical key. Okay, we've got a banner. That's cool. When I catch yourself, oh, that's rubbish. Okay, this is all bad. I mean, I don't mind having the banner. Banners are cool. Not gonna be anything that's sad. Oh, Rash Fine Nell. Come on, man. Tier 3. I can't remember what tier mine are. Tier 2. Well, that was disappointing. I do like a schematic. Is there a way to see my schematics? That'd be great. There is. Okay. Okay, I'm using Superb Tier 3 at the moment. I don't think there's Tier 4 in the game, so I suspect my armor is as good as it gets, basically. I think I'm using... Am I enhanced or superior? I think I'm wearing Superb Stone Bear armor. I don't think it gets better than that. But I don't know. I don't really know how I would know. I think Tier 3 is the max. I don't think there's any Tier 4 armor in the game. But we'll see. I need more cash before I think about doing anything else. But I will be I'm gonna make new armor just because I'm tired of looking at this bloody... This is like the first armor set I ever got in this bloody game, because we got this in the chest from like the DLC or pre-order or something. I can't remember what it was. This fluffy coat kind of thing. We had this in like episode 2. I can't be using it in episode 54, you know? This game needs a transmog. Every single RPG, with zero exceptions, zero, should have a transmog system of some description. I know that Veilguard has one. That's something to look forward to, at least. But any game that's going to make me set up my character, like, if it's first person, I'll get over it. You know, I don't need transmog in Skyrim or Avowed. Looking forward to Avowed. We'll be playing that next year, by the way. But wait, how the hell do I get out? Oh, do I have to go east? Oh, maybe. I'm hoping I can kind of cheat my way out this way. I don't think so. I think they've probably thought about this. Although, I'm not convinced they thought about it that hard. Hit! Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Hit! Alright, we're going around. Grumble, grumble. This way? Okay, maybe it's less of a trek than I expected. Yeah, looking good, looking good. I think the rift is near here, actually. No, not really. Now, this isn't the way I necessarily want to go, but I gotta be thorough. What do we have over here? It's a question mark. I don't care about you boys, do you think? What am I looking for? There's something here, but I don't know what it is. Oh, it's up on the hill, I think. Lovely area. I keep finding deep mushrooms in just expressly not deep places, you know? Andraste's mercy. Elves were guilty of the greatest sin of turning from the Maker, but we will show them mercy, for that is what Andraste teaches. It's 4 camps. It's quite a... It's a big area that doesn't have that many shards. And a little nug, and it's got brown nugs, which is cool. This way. Grab that. Grab that. Grab that. What's that? Oh, I already got that, that's fine. Actually, I don't want to go this way. Oh, hello. I'm not scared of the enemies, it's just... pointless. Ow. Ow. Search.
Poor kid.
Oh, no. Investigate the fatal fall. Right, wait... no, right, we're gonna go here, and then to the camp, and then we'll start exploring. We'll have to come back over this way anyway. It really opens up to the east, I think. But first, there's a rift, and it must be destroyed. Can I just... How close do I have to be to... Ah, you cheeky... I can't remember what causes them to... I've got like some effect that makes things freeze every now and again when they look at me. I just saw it pop there. I didn't have anything on. I didn't have any freeze abilities, but he hit me and then he... Whoa! Oh, we have no potions. Dorian used all my potions up. Wait, why am I on low health? Oh, this goddamn Wraith over here. Alright. Calm down. I think at the very start is a good time to disrupt.
One less to worry about.
Gotta kill the Wraiths. They're basically snipers, aren't they? Really? Gotta kill the Wraiths. Gotta kill the Wraiths. Ow. Whoa! Jesus Christ, I'm getting whomped. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. We're at the camp soon. It's gonna be okay. This bloody rift shot, my god. So much deeps. Boo! Bit of XP, bit of power, bit of influence. 200 influence, it's not bad, honestly. We've only need 5 more to go. Acclaim Waterfall. No elven treasure was hidden beneath the falls. That ridiculous tale lost me 6 soldiers. If I find them, I need to start a rumor I'll kill him myself. Being able to kill, it's a good way to just take out the opposition army, really. Just, hey, by the way, there's silver. Just, you know that cave with the monsters and the dragon and the waterfall and the cannibalistic lemons? Well, that wouldn't really be scary if it's cannibalistic lemons. I mean, it might be scary, you know, sort of. Why is this lemon capitalistic? The capitalistic lemon. Wait, what the hell? How do I... Where? How the heck and heck? Because this is just the other side of where I was a minute ago. Guys, how the hell do I get this? Where is this camp? Is it up there? I think it's up there. Alright, on we go. Things being cannibalistic is always used as a threatening thing, but most cannibalistic things aren't very scary because they're, unless they're human, like, it's not scary. If a lemon is cannibalistic, it's weird, but also means it's not going to eat me, it's going to eat a lemon. You know what I mean? And I would pay to watch that. It reminds me of, I'm not really sure why. There's a horror film called Jack Frost. I can't remember if it's called Jack Frost, but it's something like that. It must have come out in the 90s, because I remember watching it as a kid. Where the snowmen come to life and try to kill people. And maybe it's a sequel that happened, but it makes all these little snowballs that kill people, that eat people alive. And, oh, here's something shiny. No idea. All I remember was a blender. Did she put the snowmen in the blender? Did she put her hand or her head somehow in a blender? Something went in a blender anyway. That film messed me up. Not really sure why I'm talking about it, but it just popped into my head. Ah, thank God for that. Right, I guess we're going this way. I don't know why I'm doing this 100% completionist stuff for this. It doesn't really make sense, you know? I don't gain anything from it. It's fine. I like exploring and reading all the little bits of lore and stuff like that. But I wouldn't say it's like high priority in my life either. I don't know, it's a weird one. Especially because I know we're going to play the sequel and I know we don't need to do it technically. It's a weird one. And yet I find myself refusing to not do it. Right, you, come here. No! Come hither. There we go. From now on, that's how they die. Every single time, despair demons, that's how they die. Round 2, if you'd mind. It's nice in a way to go back and... Oh, hey. Wait, do they usually spawn from rifts? It's interesting. As long as you can get on top of the race, you can absolutely obliterate them. You're the only one alive? No, there's something over here. Let me just get rid of this. Little disruption, hopefully. Looking good. How much damage does this do? Let's have a look. Boom! Yeah, not bad. Oh. I think we've talked about this before, but it is interesting to me how unimportant the darkspawn are in this game. And I don't know if that's something that's liable to change. I mean, Corypheus feels, in some ways, linked with the Darkspawn, right? But on the other hand, he uses demons. That's what we see. You know, he's all about the Fade and the Rift, and that's demons, not Darkspawn. Spirits and stuff like that. The Darkspawn felt so important in, well, in the first game especially. I guess less so in the second, but still important. I don't know. For me, I associate, because they were so important in the first game, I guess to an extent I associate Dragon Age with the Darkspawn. I think it's just interesting how rare they are in this game. Like, I think we must have seen Darkspawn 3 or 4 times or something like that. You know, I really can't remember many circumstances where we've killed Darkspawn. We had that mission in the desert where they were coming out of the ground and we had to find the hole. Okay. But really not that many beyond that. And that's the only one I can remember. It's just interesting. I know they're in Veilguard as well. Lovely job, Light. Did I turn in the... I'm trying to remember if I turned it... What is this? I've got hiccups. Okay. Whatever this is, it looks like we've only done one of the 2. I don't know what it is we've done. Interesting. I have no idea.
So what's your estimation, Varric? Think we can win?
Curious.
You aren't asking me to give odds on our beloved Inquisitor's success.
What would that look like? 3 to 1?
In her favor?
After Corypheus pulled an archdemon out of his arse, are you joking?
I'll take those odds.
See? Here's a chance to prove your confidence, Varric.
Brave man. We'll talk later.
I mean, it's a strange bet. It's kind of like, so with football, what people will do if they're not confident about a result, what people will sometimes do is just bet against their own team. Because then, if you win, you lose a little bit of money, but you're happy you won. And if you lost, well, you get some money. You know, either way, you win something, right? In this circumstance, you can bet against me, but then if you win, you're dead. So it's not quite as effective, I don't think. Oh, hello. And it's terror time again. I watched that recently. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. It is still a really good film. I was a little concerned. I haven't seen it in a very long time. I was a little concerned it'd be one of those films where... There's a lot of films like that where you love them as a kid and then you watch them when you're a little bit more grown up and a little bit more... You know, maybe you've seen a few more films, yada yada yada, your tastes have changed and the film sucks. For example, Godzilla, 1998. A film I deeply, deeply loved as a child. And then I rewatched earlier this year and it is just... terrible. It's whoa, it's really, really, really bad. Oh, that might be a bit harsh, but it's like a 4 or 5 out of 10. I was hoping it'd be one of those films that kind of stood the test of time for me, and I still love it now, but it's really, really not. I digress. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. I never really got like super into Scooby-Doo. I like the TV show. I didn't really see any of the other films. There's tons of them. But Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island was my favourite of the bunch. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island and Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. Right, they were the big 2 for me. And I haven't seen Witch's Ghost again, but I will say Zombie Island holds up, man. Proper holds up. It's still great to this day. It really is. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I wonder if there's any bad luck protection in place here. So, bad luck protection in the context of a video game like this. Oh, you did not just... Cheeky little blighter. Got all his armor back when he was on like 2% health. Let's say you've got a 10% chance of a crit. I don't think there is any bad luck protection, but it's just interesting to think about. It would be like if you got 10% chance of a crit and you haven't crit in 10 hits, right? You would expect 1 every 10 hits to crit on average. Obviously, that's not a guarantee or anything like that. You could go 100 hits and never crit, even with a 99% crit chance, right? I still don't know what these do to this day. Oh dear. Hey, I got a perk. Nice. Anyways, I digress. Is this a dead end on here? Let me just double check. I think so. It's always nice when you kind of clear the map out and you can see the edge and you can kind of, you just kind of know you've done everything in the area. It's a good feeling. But let's say you missed a crit 15 times in a row, the game would then start to increase your crit chance to an extent. To accommodate for the fact that your luck has been terrible, basically. I think you probably could have assumed that, but I'll explain it anyway. Astrarium. A little birdie on it. It's floating slightly, but that's okay. Number 2. Oh my god, what the heck? Oh no. Wait. This is probably very easy. Let me just... No. So because you have to start on one of the legs, right? Inevitably, because they're both dead ends. You have to start on one of the legs and you have to finish on one of the legs. So if we start on this leg here, we go up, right. Yeah, I've got it. No worries. So it's that. Wait. Let me just... Yeah, okay. I think I definitely got it right. I just need to remember what I did. I think it's like that. It's one of those ones that looks way more complicated than it is. I'm pretty sure this is correct. Look at that. Bingo bango. Constellation Equinor, referred to as the stallion in common parlance. I love that. I get to say parlance all the time. The constellation Equinor has historically been depicted either as a rearing horse or a seated griffin. Some scholars speculate that the constellation's original image was that of a Hala, which could indicate a deliberate supplantation of the constellation's original representation as Gillan Nain, the elven goddess also known as the mother of the Hala. However, as horses had great significance to early Neromenian culture, from which the ancient Imperium descended, this speculation is largely considered unfounded. I'm gonna say, why are you beaming? You're beaming too early, son. Right, I need to go there. Alright then, boys. Wait, what's that over there? Whoa. These Templars are bonkers. Marksman! Marksman! I see you. I just want to nip over here and attack this set over here because there is something... Oh, some Varric likes it when we take them out. Look at these things. What are these? Oh, it's just a horror. They're cool though. Also, Varric will like me more if we kill them, so... That's enough reason to do anything, really. Love me, Varric. Love me. There we go. I'm finding red lyrium as well, which is cool. Don't know what we need it for, but it's cool anyway. Right, to Argon's Lodge, the deluded Chevalier. Alright, I've been trying to resist this. Alexa, what's the Liverpool score? Alexa, what's the Liverpool score?
Currently, Liverpool lead Manchester City 2-0 in the 92nd minute of the second half.
I deeply, deeply love Liverpool from the bottom of my heart, and I have my entire life. But when it's a big game, as today is, it's a huge one, I freak out. It affects me a little bit too much. I'm trying to get better with it. And I know it sounds daft to people who aren't into sport, but it just gets me a little bit. It's really, like, impactful to my emotional and mental well-being. So sometimes, and actually quite often, I will attempt to distract myself while the match is ongoing by recording. It's literally why I decided to... I'm really tired. I was not in the mood to record, if I'm totally honest with you. But I just thought, I just need a distraction for an hour until the game's over. And the game's not quite over, It's snipers, but it's over enough that we're gonna win. Because I watched the first like half an hour. You just hit me midair, and we were absolutely we dominated them in the first half, but we only scored 1 goal. And I've far too many times seen in my life a result where you absolutely dominate them to start. Any team, doesn't matter who you're playing. And then because you don't make those chances count, because you don't get the goals, all it takes is one lucky counter and they score, and suddenly you're drawing, and you know, one more and you're losing. It's I don't like it when it's on a knife's edge. It makes me scared. Get your men out on the roads and hunt down those Inquisition bastards. That's not very nice. We're losing the Emerald Graves. Have you forgotten what we're fighting for? Everything we do for our future in Olay. So the problem with this kind of revolutionary talk, and oh hello. I have nothing against revolutionarism. I don't need to call it. There's probably a better term for it than that. Guys, what the hell's going on? What on earth is happening here? Oh, screw it. Doo-doo-doo. I've gone a little bit bonkers. That was fun. Wasn't the best use of your ult you ever see, but who cares? So my problem with revolutionary stuff, right? It's quite simple. Everyone thinks politicians are the worst, blah 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 blah. Here to abuse people and their power and all this kind of jazz, right? And it was like, well, when we get in power, we'll do it differently. You know, we'll be good and we'll look after everyone. And Villa morale's taken, Maleficent's gone, we're losing our grip. What now? The men are starting to balk, talking about giving up. Wow, this is actually updating based on what has happened. Because that just happened. The note gets around quick. When Samson made this deal, we promised you the Dales, if you could hold them and keep the roads open for our supplies. Too difficult a concept to grasp, I see. Enough of your fumbling. The Red Templars will deal with the Inquisition. I doubt it. Loot. But, right, politicians do have a little bit of that because most politicians are posh. They were not raised on the streets, you feel me? They're from high society. Most of them in this country, at least, went to Eton. It's a little different in the US, where there's like a much higher concentration of people who are like ex-military who move into politics. That's much more common. It's not really a thing over here at all. Not to the same level. You might get like 1 or 2, but not nearly the same kind of thing. Snipers. But by and large, politicians are all these people. I knew people who got into politics. Oh no, I died. I had a friend who got into politics, and he was a bit of a dick, but he was an alright guy, generally speaking. You know, I wouldn't. Look how much damage Varric does. It's so bad. I know I'm not using an ability, but it is ridiculous compared to... I can hit for like 4k, if not more, with my decent abilities. Can someone come res me, please? I was just hoping I'll use Varric and Dorian will resurrect me. That was better. That was alright. It's quite good, actually. Plink. 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 Pew! I do love that. In theory... Oh, that was great. Actually, never mind. I take it back, Varric. That was awesome. I'm just going to use my B attack all the time. It hits like a truck. Notice how no one else is even close to dying. It's only me. It is cool that if I wanted to, I could, in theory, play through this entire game as Varric, you know? I think that's really nice. But that's a possibility at all. Problem is, I don't know what Varric's abilities do. All I know is that the B does a lot of damage, so I keep using it. Why is Dorian not resurrected me? Should I be insulted? Who's this guy? Oh, is that Dorian? It's not Dorian. Who is that? Plink. 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 Should kill this guy, I guess. Dorian! Plink!
That's one way to solve the problem.
Getting there. Getting there. I think he's dead. Just this guy next. We did it, guys. The whale. Ooh. Yeah, it's an interesting idea. Like, in theory, you could play this game... Because so much of the game is spent in combat, I think it probably has decent replayability. I think you would not be as overtly completionist as I am, but... 'cause that sounds like hell. What? Where are you taking me, game? What I'd love is like an in-game guy. I think all games like this should have a thing that, like, in the post-game, you can kind of like, oh, it's alcohol. I'm aware of how to spell it. Absence. This bottling reflects my wish that the current crop of behatted self-styled cads would disappear. I preferred la fête as spirit, not affectation. I can't remember what I was saying anymore. Some cool boy stuff, I bet. Oh, right. Like, I definitely wouldn't play through the game again completionist in this style, because, I mean, some people do. Personally, I don't really replay games very often. I quite like replaying a game I haven't played in a really long time for this channel. You know, we've done Viva Pinata, Trouble in Paradise. I really want to do Fable, we did some Halo, we did the movies. You know, it's nice to replay games that are more from my childhood for this channel, because I haven't played them in a long time. I'm like pretty keenly aware I will never play Dragon Age Inquisition ever again. I would be very, very surprised if Dragon Age 1 and 2 I played in my younger years. But I won't play this game ever again. And I probably won't play the first two ever again. It's one of the things I really like about this channel in the first place, is it kind of gives me scope to spend time on doing stuff like this, and I can kind of justify it a little bit more. Not that you should have to justify it, but it's just the way it is. I'm the same with films. I don't really rewatch films. The only films I regularly rewatch are Lord of the Rings and Trick or Treat, which both of which I watch every year. But considering how many films I watch in a year, that's not a large number of films. I just think, like, it's great to have things you love and that you want to see over and over again, or games that you want to replay, blah blah blah. But from my perspective, there's so much out there in the world. There is so much. It's the same with food in restaurants. The same with places to visit, stuff like this. There is so much out there in the world. And it applies to art and video games and all this kind of jazz. Like, it might seem a bit daft, but it does. Oh, come here! I hate you. I hate you so much. I hate you with every fibre of my being. I just think, why would I not just want to experience something new? Why would I not want something different? Why would I not want to try new things and experience just a little bit more of what life has to offer, you know? And I know most people don't necessarily feel that way about things, but I would rather, at a restaurant, for example, I would rather try something I've never had before and not like it than just get the same meal again and again. Not that I never repeat. Of course I repeat, but I do try to avoid it. White Shadow. I camped beneath a large stone statue of a wolf not far off the road, with the calm eyes of the great beast watching over me. I slept like a babe in arms. I would feel very safe next to this wolf. And I'm not suggesting that's like a better way to live. I'm suggesting it's a better way for me to live. It just suits my sensibilities a little bit more, you know? That's all it is. Just because, I don't know. Life is so much shorter than we think it is. And as much as when it comes to things like travel, what I'm saying matters a lot more. It kind of, video games are a big part of my life. As sad as, for some reason, that sounds like a sad thing to say, and it just shouldn't be. You know, it's a hobby like any other, and one that's been important to me and a big part of my existence. There's no reason it shouldn't be. It should be something I'd be embarrassed about. Oh, that hell is on fire. So, you know, down the line, 20 years time or whatever, do I want to have replayed the same game 20 times, or do I want to have tried 19 other games in that same time? And for me, it's very easily the latter. But what I will say, in defense of people who play the other, not that people need defending, but in a way that I can sort of understand people who go the other way, how do I describe this? I don't think my life isn't stressful. It's more that I don't... Sorry, I just don't really get stressed. I've had so many partners comment on this in the past. Funnily enough, I saw some old messages earlier today. I had this weird situation back when I lived in London. And because of tax issues and I was making no money, I owed about £8,000 to like the tax man. And I had a very limited amount of time to pay it, and I was not making any money. You know, I did not have £8,000 lying around. Let's put it that way. Not even slightly vaguely close. I had about 1.5, I think, ready to go that I'd saved for tax. So I was in a really rough situation money-wise. Didn't have an obvious escape. Things were looking really bad. And I got a message from my ex-girlfriend saying, why aren't you freaking out right now? Like, why is this not bothering you way more than it is? And it just... I don't know, man. I react initially. I'm like, oh, this sucks. This is bad. What the hell am I going to do? And I don't know. Maybe I've just been very, very privileged. And it probably is. It's probably coming from a place of privilege. But I just think everything works out, you know? Everything will be fine. Why worry about it? It'll be okay. In part, it's a little bit of ego, I'm not gonna lie. Part of it is just, I feel like I can handle any situation. So why worry about it, you know? It will resolve itself. It won't resolve itself. I will have to do something, but I'm always gonna back myself to do it. And that might be stupid. I'm pretty sure it is. But I don't know, it just means I don't get that stressed. I have a point to all this, by the way. I just don't get that stressed in life, generally speaking. It hits me every now and again. And it's probably very unhealthy, and I probably realistically just bottle it up until it smacks me around the head and it goes terribly badly, don't get me wrong. I need therapy. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. But what I'm suggesting is that maybe to an extent, where other people need comfort from things that are familiar and comforting. You get comfort from things you're used to, right? You know, foods that you love and enjoy and bring back good memories, or games that you know like the back of your hand, and you can just sit down and blank your mind out and play and enjoy. That isn't something I like seek out, but I can see why that would be such a positive for so many people. And people have hard lives, you know, people need escape. I'm like that with films. I have to concentrate if it's a new film. If it's a film I've seen before, I can blank out a little bit more, and that is more relaxing. So I totally get that. I don't know. The Diary of Troilus Hutep... That's a terrible name. The Great Mission Day 1 arrived in the Emerald Graves and located the first instance of the Menace. Set up an observation area close by. This will allow for undisrupted study of the phenomenon. I wonder if they mean... the Rift, I think they do. This particular example of the Menace seems far less active than the one in Lides. It pulsates at a rate of a mere 427 times per hour. That must be so annoying to record back in the day. The sound of it here is a nagging drone as opposed to the frantic whistling of the first one in town. As I recall, Sister Euphorbia, these names are dreadful, described the noise as similar to one heard when forcing air from a leaky bellows. Day 5. Right after Sister Euphorbia's honey loaves, they sound amazing. Still have cheese, but spent yesterday foraging. Spotted another menace through the trees by the river. Can only describe it as stormy. Must be investigated further. For the mission to succeed, I must learn all I can. It's gotta be the rifts, right? Camp. Which camp? There's 2. That one. How are we doing on time? Yeah, we'll see. Anyways. I'm not saying it's a good or bad thing. You just gotta be aware of who you are and how you react to the world and what you need. Don't let yourself be forced into being other than you are. It's very important to have
When you
self-awareness.
were at the Winter Palace, did you meet Celine's handmaidens?
The ones that finish.
Both positive and negative. That's a two-way street, that one.
Each other's sentences? Yes, I did.
They were asking me about you. Personal things.
How personal.
Something about your chest hair. And whether you were currently involved with anyone.
Huh. Creepy.
Some people are big on chest hair, some people hate it. I remember sitting... ex-girlfriend, I think it must have been at this point. It's like my second girlfriend ever. We went on some trip with her family. So, me, my girlfriend, her sister, her sister's boyfriend, that kid. I have to read this, don't I? Day 6. The stormy menace makes noises like a provoked cat at intervals of 1 hour 15 minutes, surrounded by 4 swirling wraith-like demons. I've named them Primus, Secundus, Tertius, and Dummy. The first 3 orbit the menace like patrolling guards. Dummy follows, but often pauses and heads in a different direction. Very occasionally he twirls around like a lost man trying to find his bearings. Day 8. Must be careful. A passing deer drew the attention of Dummy. For once he demonstrated a tremendous purpose. Felt almost proud. That pride was quickly replaced by great distress observing what followed. Deer should not bend that way. Day 10. Another menace seen farther down the river. Seems in its infancy. No demons. I believe I have enough knowledge of the behaviour of the menaces to attempt to destroy one. I will attempt it with this nascent menace. Great word, nascent. Can't imagine this went well for the lad, can you? Why am I assuming it's a lad? Because there is a thing in that men tend to be stupider when it comes to a willingness to just do things that are clearly stupid and dangerous. Now, the interesting thing is that biological, or is that societal, or is it both? Did the sociological impulse to do that come from a biological impulse to do that, or is it entirely sociological? Men and women are different. Male and female, as we see in species in the wild, which don't have those same sociological impulses. Obviously, men and women are different and slightly better at other things on average. That doesn't mean either or can't be better at either or thing, but generally speaking, there is at least some form of difference. Maybe a desire to get yourself killed in stupid situations is genuinely a slightly biological impulse that men have, you know? I don't know. Could be. God, I hate these despair demons. God, I hate these despair demons. I'm gonna die. Have I mentioned how much I hate despair demons? I'm getting whomped, folks. I'm getting whomped just by this singular goddamn demon. Stay here, thank you. I'm missing with every hit. And oh, come on, there we go. Come on. Yes, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. It's dead. It's dead. Glory, hallelujah. Right. Well, I can kill its armor, I suppose. I remember Frost does not do. God, no damage. No! Oh, that was close. Nearly. We're flame. And why? A million times. A million times. What's going on? No! Hate this game. Why is it going so bad? What is over here? There's something else over here. Oh, maybe there's not. Maybe it's just the rift itself. Step, stop, step, stop, step, stop. Why? What a nightmarish little fight that was. Those goddamn despair demons, man. I can't hack it. I can't. My brain is breaking. Give me my loot and let me out of here. Pure frost essence. I'm glad we're getting better essences now, if nothing else. Right. Okay. Well, we've done a good portion up here. Another rift over there. And then we've got like a little bit over here. We've actually nearly done with Emerald Graves. It's a lot of stuff, but I mean, look how close these camps are. It's all kind of crammed together, so I don't think there's much left up here. But we'll have to... Wait, how the hell am I going to get there? No idea. We'll find out in the next video. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you lovely folks very soon. Cheers much up as always. Bye-bye.